Hello everybody and welcome back to Liam's Weather, where we are forecasting another tropical update. We are currently watching 3 different areas for possible development. One of them is Tropical Storm Bill, which continues to head off northward and have no impact on the U.S. mainland. We now have a brand new area of development, less than a 40% chance, just off of the western coast of Africa. And then our main area of concern is going to be Invest 92L, which is currently located in the southwestern Gulf and now has an 80% chance of development. So here are our main tropical weather headlines. Once again, Tropical Storm Bill continues to head northeast, heading further and further away from the U.S. mainland. However, as Bill is heading further and further away from the United States, Invest 92L continues to strengthen and is now posing threats to possibly the Gulf Coast. And once again, we have a very small area development just off of the western coast of Africa. So here's a current look at our 3 main systems. Obviously, we have this one, which is just off of the western coast of Africa. And as you can see by that spectrum, since it is in that yellow area, it has less than a 40% chance of development, which is definitely what we want to see when it comes to tropical system. Then we have Tropical Storm Bill, which is way out here in the North Atlantic, and once again, all the models are showing that it's going to continue to head further and further away from the U.S. mainland. However, here's Invest 92L, currently located in the southwestern Gulf, and as you can see by the forecast cone, it is forecasted to head northward and possibly even affect eastern Texas, and then also getting down into the shoreline of maybe even Louisiana, Mississippi, or maybe even Alabama. So here's the latest satellite imagery on Tropical Storm Bill. You can see it still has a pretty well-defined center right there. All storms rotating counterclockwise around that center. But as you can see by all the forecast models, it is going to continue to head in this general direction. It is going to stay a tropical storm until about tomorrow morning, but then as soon as it continues to head northward, it's really going to die down in strength. So once again, no impacts on the U.S. mainland. Now, however, Invest 92L, which is currently located throughout the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, that one is definitely forecasted to strengthen. As you can see, an 80% chance of development right now. And once again, as you can see by that forecast cone, it might have some impacts throughout eastern Texas and then also along the Gulf shores of Louisiana, getting into Mississippi, and then maybe even into Alabama as we get into the next couple of hours. So here's the latest satellite imagery on Invest 92L. You can see a really big cluster of thunderstorms now working its way throughout southern Mexico and then also getting into parts of the Yucatan Peninsula. Really isn't that well, I guess you could say, defined yet. We're really not seeing a center form at this point in time. However, as it continues to head northward, closer to the U.S. mainland, we will definitely be watching for a center to form. Now, here is the latest guidance from the National Hurricane Center. You can see that as it's going down in millibars, that is showing that it is going to be strengthening as it heads northward and gets into the central Gulf. And it will continue to strengthen and really until it makes landfall somewhere either on the eastern Texas coastline or maybe right along the western coastline of Louisiana. And then it will continue to head off northeastward and go right throughout the central part of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and then maybe even to the Carolinas as we get into the early parts of next week. Thankfully, though, we're going to start to see the pressure increase, which means that we'll definitely start to see the strength decreasing within this system. So here's the latest guidance. You can see wherever those millibars are closest together, that is indicating stronger winds. So you can see a really good swap of rain throughout parts of Mississippi and then also getting into Mississippi and then maybe even into Alabama. Once again, closer millibars indicating stronger, extremely heavy rain across portions of eastern Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. And then once again, as soon as it makes that turn towards the northeast, that will impact places like Georgia, the Carolinas, maybe even getting up into the mid-Atlantic if it can hold on to its strength just long enough. So that is it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed my podcast that I did last night, my summer fun bash on the anatomy of severe weather. My next one is going to be tomorrow afternoon at 6:45, and that one is going to be going over all different cloud types, how they're formed, and what types of storms we see in those. And that once again, that will be at 6:45, and I'll list all the details on my Facebook, my Twitter, on my website, and then I will also post it on my YouTube channel. And once again, be sure that you're following me on social media, Twitter, YouTube, and then also Facebook. And obviously, be sure that you're checking my website at liamsweather.org. And to be sure that you're never missing out on any video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way you get notified immediately when I post a brand new video. So that is it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.